Andrea with Andrea's Reborn Nest, and in the frame we have Daisy, which is the, as you guys know, the Ping Lao sculpt Kai. And today what I was going to do, first of all, I wanted to, for full disclosure, we are filming on Saturday night because tomorrow is Father's Day and we might be going up to the lake tomorrow, or maybe to the pool. It all depends on what David wants to do, but I don't want to commit to making a video, but I also want to, you know, keep my promise and film Sundays and Wednesdays, or as close to Sundays and Wednesdays as possible. So today on my German video, I changed Daisy into this really sweet dress by the children's salon, and it fits her perfectly. And if you'd like to see more of it, please swing on over to the German video. The video or the vlog today, I would like to do a tag video. And the tag I found out about from Penny, and Penny's site is Fun and Frolic Doll, that you already know, Fun and Frolic Doll, and she did copy the tag from Miss Ladybug's Reborn Nursery, and her theme at the time, I believe, was teddy bears. And the tag is basically, it's a get to know me challenge tag, and I thought that was such a cool idea because, you know, it's nice to know, you know, what the creators, what the channel creators are all about, what they like. The more we can tell them about us and our personal stories maybe, or our likes and our dislikes, the better. So with no further ado, let me start with these 10 questions. And I will link the questions at the end of the vlog, and if you'd like to participate, please tag this onto your video, or you can answer these questions yourself in my comments, or you don't need to participate at all and just, you know, be listening to what my answers are. It's up to you completely, clearly. Of course, oh, my glasses are right here. I'm blind as a bat without glasses as we get older. Oh, one other thing very important that I wanted to mention is I wanted to give my condolences, and so does David, to Nana. As most of you know, Papa died yesterday very suddenly. I mean, he had an illness, and he was diagnosed about 9 months ago. And it was the same illness my mother-in-law had and lived with for a while, for at least 2 or 3 years, and it was really heartbreaking to see her suffer like this. So we kind of know what Nana has been going through. I've always liked Papa. I loved his voice. I remember their channel is called Jeffrey, what is it, Jeffrey 63031. And so if you have never heard of them, please take a look. They have a really great video up about the anniversary, like an anniversary video, where they were talking about being married for 37 years that day. And she was going through her collection. It was a theme Thursday, or theme, like a theme day, and the theme was sweaters. And at one point she couldn't remember one of her baby's names. It kind of like slipped her mind, and Papa came right up and said, "Oh, it's Tinkerbell, honey." And she says, "Oh yes, Tinkerbell." And that was, that was like maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. And then 9 months ago, he is diagnosed with dementia. And it just goes to show how quickly things can turn, how quickly things can change. And for us to really be thankful for every day that we have, for every day that we are with the people that we love. We were ironically just talking about it, me and David, a couple of days ago. Like, what would we ever do if one of us wasn't here anymore and just died in a car accident, or, of an illness? And sooner or later, let's face it, it's going to happen to all of us. And we have been married for 30 years. We've been together for 32 years. And we would not know what to do without each other. It would be devastating. And, but I mean, what are you going to do? You have to move on. There's no other choice but to move on, because you have family, you have your children, you have to move on. So I'm wishing Nana all, I'm praying for peace, I'm praying for strength, I'm praying for comfort. Papa is in a better place, I know that for sure, and he will always be your guardian angel. He will be watching over you, and take comfort in that. So with that being said, let's get to the challenge. Okay, so the name of the challenge obviously is Get to Know Me Challenge. Okay, the first question is, do you have a favorite YouTubers outside of the Reborn community? And I do. My favorite YouTuber is, the name of the channel is the Zakoni Jolies, and they have been around. I've been watching them for about 7 or 8 years, and it started with just him, Jonathan Jolie. He was single, and he is Irish. He lived in Ireland at the time, and he went to university to become an editor, and he couldn't find a job. So he just started daily vlogging just to see if people were interested. And he was completely shocked that people were interested in his life. And he really just, did vlogs about his daily, what was going on at the time in his life. Just maybe 10 or 15-minute vlogs. And then it turned into meeting his wife, Anna Zacconi, and their courtship, and then they got married in Italy, and then they had their first baby, which they filmed the birth of. And now they have 4 children. They live in England. They have a huge house that they just bought last year, I believe, for like 1.2 million pounds. And they both basically quit their jobs and are completely just YouTubers. And it just kind of goes to show you what YouTube can offer if you are consistent, you stick with it. And Jonathan has been filming or doing a vlog every day. That was his commitment. He stuck to it. Didn't matter if he was sick as a dog, if he was on vacation, if there was something going on, if it was Christmas or New Year, it didn't matter. He filmed every day. There was never an excuse. It's too tiresome, I don't want to edit, I want to do a live, he filmed for 7 years. It's just recently that they kind of cut back because, they have 4 kids, and then they have, it's like 5 Maltese dogs, and that's a story in itself that they filmed also. So I love them. So go take a look at them, Zacconi Jolies. The second question is, growing up, what were your favorite TV shows or movies and favorite genres? Well, I grew up in Germany, so but we loved American TV. I remember very, very vividly watching The Waltons and Little House on the Prairie and I Dream of Jeannie. Those were like my favorite shows when I grew up in Germany, and then the other ones are obviously German shows, which you would not know what they are. And then when I came to the United States in the late 70s, I came across like your old shows like The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, Family Affair with Buffy and Jody and Mrs. Beasley, the doll with the glasses. I thought it was so funny. And then and I loved that show. And then in the 80s, then we had, of course, Charlie's Angels and Dallas and Nuts Landing, all these soap opera shows that I loved. And I, at that time, also got completely hooked on All My Children, and that's how I learned a lot of English. I was completely hooked on that show. I watched it every day, and my older daughter's name is Haley after Kelly Ripa, who played Haley, Haley Vaughn in that soap opera. That's how hooked I was on All My Children. And I also watched General Hospital, but not as consistently. My favorite genres are uh, romance, comedy, drama, but nothing dark, and I don't like horror movies. When I watch a movie, I want to walk away being happy and uplifted and in a good mood and not being sad. I don't like sad endings. I don't like to waste 2 hours of my time to be sad at the end. That's just my personal thing. Which TV show or movie then or now could you watch over and over again? That's a simple one too. It's The Family Man with Nicolas Cage. I could watch, we do watch this movie every year at Christmas time. That's like one of our Christmas movies. It's not really a Christmas movie, but we watch at Christmas time because it was kind of like filmed during the Christmas season. And so it became one of the movies that we watch as a family. Christmas Eve, you know, being all together. Everybody gets to pick what movie we have, and we have like a 4 or 5 that we watch every year. So that's one of them. What was your favorite singer band then and now? Okay, my favorite singer band back then, when I was still a teenager, was ABBA, of course, and I loved Wings, Paul McCartney and Wings, because I was a big Beatles fan. I'm still a big Beatles fan. Now my favorite singer, I have a lot of favorite singers actually. I really don't have a favorite singer. I like a lot of singers that just, what I like is, for instance, John Mayer. I love John Mayer. I like almost everything that he brings out. I like a lot of like the old rock and roll. The only thing that I'm not really into is country music. That's the only thing that I really, it's not my thing. But I like jazz. I love R&B. Love R&B. I like blues, some classical, good old rock and roll from the 70s, like the Who and the Eagles, Phil Collins, all that music I love as well. Number 5, as a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? Well, what I wanted to be was a nurse in the newborn nursery, dealing with, working with babies, new babies. And that was my dream for ever since I was like 4 or 5 years old. I've always loved babies, always had an fascination with babies. Number 6, as a kid, besides a doll, what was your favorite toy? My mom, I have a sister that's 5 years younger, and my mom, one Christmas, bought us this really cool dollhouse that was all decked out with carpets and working lights and chandeliers and beautiful wooden furniture and everything you could think of. And that was, in the early 70s maybe, late 60s, early 70s, and that was, I could play with that dollhouse, and I did for hours. So that was a toy that I loved besides dolls. Number 7, what's your favorite color? Does it ever change? If I had to pick a favorite color, I would say it's white. White or black. Does it ever change? Mm, not so much. My favorite colors really are white, black, and navy and red. Those are I mean, I could buy, if all the other colors ever went away, if as long as I have those, I'm good. Um, Number 8, what's your favorite dinner? My favorite dinner is Mexican. We love Mexican. Our whole family loves Mexican. Here in Georgia, it's pretty hard to come by. It's more Tex-Mex here. In California, we had fantastic Mexican food. So I really miss that. Number 9, what's your favorite candy bar or candy? I don't have a favorite candy bar because I really don't eat candy. I love chocolate though, so I don't like dark chocolate. I like milk chocolate, but I like to keep it within reason because it gives me heartburn. I think there's too much fat in there for me, so I eat it very seldom. What's your go-to beverage? Well, that's easy too. I mean, anybody that knows me knows this. I love Starbucks. I like coffee, period, but good coffee. Good coffee, and I drink Perrier water. I don't like regular tap water or bottled water. In the summer, I will drink it. Once in a great while, I will drink maybe some diet, maybe a glass of diet um, cranberry ginger ale or 7 Up if I'm really thirsty, or when we have a party going on, maybe I'll have a glass of wine or beer, but I'm not a big drinker. So, but what I drink every day is coffee and Perrier. If they get rid of everything else on the planet tomorrow, I would be okay as long as I have that. And I'm also not a big beef eater. Um, just by the way, I got away from beef a few years ago because I wasn't feeling very well when I was eating it. So I'm basically very, very clean eating. Lots of vegetables and fish and chicken. I do eat pork. We don't eat out a lot because the portions are too big. You don't know what they put in there, and it's always very fattening. And so I prefer to eat at home or barbecue. That's our thing really as a family. So I hope that gave you a little bit of insight into what I love and what I'm about. And like I said, if you like to participate in this, I will leave a screenshot of the 10 questions, and you should participate. It's kind of fun to get to know the channel creators a little bit more on a personal level besides the babies. Let's face it, we are all more than just collectors of reborn dolls. There's so much more to us than that. So with that being said, I wish you a happy rest of your weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Please give me a thumbs up. Comment on anything that you like. If you have any suggestions, I'm always open. I'm always looking for content suggestions. Like I said, I'm pretty new to YouTubing, so I'm still feeling my way around the reborn community and the YouTube world. I'm horrible with names. I can remember a face forever, but names, I'm horrible with names. So if I forget somebody's name here ever, please know that I have a completely horrible memory when it comes to names. So with that being said, thank you again for watching, and have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Like I said, talk soon. Bye.